Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Micah, and today we're going to explore a powerful concept that might surprise you. It's about why slowing down actually helps you reach your goals faster. I know it sounds counterintuitive, especially in a world that glorifies hustle and constant movement. But today we're going to peel back the layers of this idea and dive into how slowing down isn't about laziness or avoiding hard work. It's about finding flow and alignment in your life. Whether you're listening on Spotify or wherever you tune in, I invite you to get cozy, maybe light a candle, take a deep breath, and let's get into it. The illusion of hustle culture. We live in a time where hustle culture is worn like a badge of honor. It's easy to get caught up in the grind, thinking that success only comes from how hard you can push yourself. Especially as women, we often feel this pressure to juggle everything: work, family, personal goals, and to do it all quickly. But let me tell you something I've learned on my journey. This constant state of doing can leave you feeling disconnected from yourself and drained from your power. And one of the most important tools that we have, not only as women, but as human beings, is our connection and clarity with our intuition. Hustling isn't inherently bad, but when it becomes your default, it actually slows you down. You miss the opportunity to pause, reflect, and realign, and you might find yourself moving in circles, working hard but not seeing the growth or results you desire. It's because you're stuck in that go, go, go mindset without taking time to check in with yourself. When you're moving too fast, you can't fully step into your feminine power, your masculine power, which those thrive in the presence of intuition and flow. How slowing down speeds you up. Here's where things get interesting. Slowing down doesn't mean you stop working hard. Instead, it's about shifting the energy behind your work. Imagine you're running a race, but you're not entirely sure where the finish line is. You're sprinting, but without direction or focus. You're wasting energy. When you slow down, you give yourself space to gain clarity. You start making decisions from a place of alignment rather than panic or overwhelm. Once you have that clarity, you're able to allow yourself to have a moment to even say, now I know exactly my direction. I don't have to speed there. That's exactly where I'm going. In my own life, especially after navigating personal transitions like divorce and rebuilding my business, I've learned that slowing down isn't weakness. It's powerful. It gives you the space to assess what truly matters to you, to recharge your energy, and to approach your goals with confidence. You're no longer just reacting to life, you're intentionally creating it. And when we're reacting, we're not acting from a place of power. We're acting from a place of fear. Aligning with flow. So how exactly does slowing down work in practice? This is where the idea of flow comes in, which is a big part of my own philosophy and brand. Flow isn't about being passive. It's about being in tune with yourself, with your goals, and the natural rhythms of life. When you allow yourself to flow, you open up to your intuition and you start attracting opportunities rather than constantly chasing them. Chasing requires so much force and so much effort, and that's where burnout comes from. Slowing down allows you to have the clarity to allow the opportunities to come in, and in doing so, you preserve your energy for when the opportunity is there, you can seize it. Take time to slow down in small but meaningful ways. Start your day with intention, maybe through journaling, meditation, or even a simple walk, some form of movement, anything that works for you. This gives you a moment to connect with yourself before you dive into the demands of the day. This means doing a body scan. Does my shoulder hurt a bit more today? Do I have a bit of a headache? Is my body feeling okay? What is running through my mind? Slowing down allows you to focus on what's truly important instead of getting swept up in the noise. If you wake up and you realize that you've got a lot of thoughts swirling in your mind, choose a practice that works for you as a brain dump, whether that's breath work to use your exhales to release the noisy thoughts, use morning pages to pour all of those thoughts out onto a page and remove them from your mind, or even some form of light movement in the morning can also help. Remember, the most successful people don't just work hard, they work with purpose. Slowing down creates space for deeper creativity, for smarter decisions, and for more aligned action. In this space, you move faster because you're no longer spinning your wheels on things that don't serve you. You no longer get caught up in distractions or things that may not matter in 5 hours or even 5 minutes. You move with so much intention and so much purpose, it almost seems like you have a cheat code to your own life. Finding balance between hard work and rest. I want to emphasize something here. Slowing down does not mean you don't work hard. It's about working from a place of balance. Yes, there will be times when you need to push and pour your energy into your goals. But there will also be times when you need to pull back, rest, and recharge. Both are equally necessary. Think of it as a dance between your masculine and feminine energies. The masculine is all about action and structure. Those days when you're laser focused, checking things off your list. But the feminine, that's where the magic of slowing down comes in. The feminine is intuitive, it's creative, and deeply connected to flow. It's about trusting that even when you rest, you're still moving toward your goals because you're working in alignment with your highest self. We also need to remove the guilt that we feel when we slow down or when we rest. I know that's really hard these days with the pressure of hustle culture that you always have to be moving, you always have to be doing something. But I'm giving you permission now, and I'd like you to also give yourself permission to not feel guilty about resting and slowing down. Allow yourself those moments to rest. That's when we can experience some clarity, and that's when we can receive sometimes those inspired actions that we don't know where it comes from, but always lead us in the right direction. By integrating both energies, hard work and intentional slowing down, you become unstoppable. You're no longer pushing just to push. Instead, you're making empowered moves, knowing when to act and when to pause. Actionable ways to slow down and still move forward. Let's make this practical. If you're someone who feels like you don't have time to slow down, I want to share a few ways you can start incorporating this into your life without feeling like you're falling behind. Number 1, morning rituals. Before diving into your day, create a moment of stillness for yourself. This could be journaling, breath work, or sipping your coffee or tea in silence. It doesn't have to be long. It's just enough time for you to ground yourself. And I know sometimes when you have kids or you sleep in, you really don't have the time because kids are just go, go, go from the time they open their eyes. So if they nap or if they're in school, maybe you have to drop them off to school and then head into work. Use those moments after you dropped your kids off, when you're on your way to work, to have the time to yourself. It does not have to be first thing in the morning. It's ideal if it's the first thing when you wake up. If you can set your alarm a few minutes earlier so you can do that, that's great. Otherwise, find your quiet moments during the day. Number 2, prioritize rest. Take short breaks throughout the day. When you feel overwhelmed or scattered, just step away, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Stretch, move your body, breathe to move your energy, and allow yourself to reset. You know, when we had those old school PC computers and they would have those meltdowns and just shut themselves down, that's kind of what you're forcing yourself to do when you prioritize rest. Our body is our hardware and our mind is our software. So when our software is going haywire, that's all the noise I'm talking about in your mind, all that endless chatter. Give yourself a break, shut yourself down for 5 minutes, and then hit restart, and you've got a little reset. Number 3, set boundaries. Protect your energy by saying no to things that don't align with your bigger vision. This is a really, really tough one, but it moves mountains in your life when you apply it. When you're clear on your priorities, it becomes easier to slow down and focus on what really matters. It's really like playing mental whack-a-mole or clearing out, again, the files in your computer. All of those things that do not align with your goals, that don't fit in your future, are files and things that you really need to offload to make space for your future to come into your reality and materialize. Number 4, reflect weekly. Take time at the end of each week to reflect on your progress. What went well? Where did you feel drained? This gives you insight into how to adjust your rhythm for the coming week. Now, as women, we change hourly throughout the day. We change week by week, whether you're in your menstrual phase, your luteal phase, your follicular phase. So this may take 2 to 3 months for you to kind of see your own patterns. What works for you in your follicular phase may not work for you the following month during your luteal phase. So really what you're doing with this weekly reflection is gaining a deeper understanding and deeper knowledge of yourself. No one else can really tell you what's best for you. You can take suggestions, you can gather information, but you'll only know if it works for you once you apply it. And the only way to do that is to do these weekly reflections or daily reflections if you have the time for that. So reflect weekly, see what works for you, see what doesn't. Why slowing down is an act of self-love. This is my favorite part about slowing down. And it truly does hurt. If you've ever worked with me, if you're one of my clients listening in, you know that it really hurts me to see someone not able to slow down, because I know it's one of the deepest forms of self-love. Slowing down is a way of telling yourself that you're worthy of rest, that you're worthy of reflection, and you're worthy of that alignment with your highest self and your most desired reality. When you slow down, you're not losing time. You're gaining clarity, you're gaining knowledge, you're gaining power and so much momentum. Things begin to move faster because you're no longer forcing them. You're allowing the building blocks to fall into place. You're allowing that staircase to build right before your eyes. So even though you're moving toward the next step, you may not even realize that it's already there. you're moving in flow with your deepest desires. And that is one of the most comforting and one of the most beautiful parts of our human experience. And not being able to slow down is something that I feel people miss out on. So today, I encourage you to take a moment, breathe, and trust the process. Slow down and watch how the universe speeds up to meet you. Remember, you're always resonating, and your life is always a reflection of your vibration. The universe will always show you how you're vibrating and what your frequency is, because the universe is you. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this episode resonated with you, be sure to subscribe and leave a review. You can also connect with me on Instagram at Flow with Micah for more content on healing and abundance and flow. Until next time, keep flowing with grace and intention. Stay tuned for more episodes, and don't forget to check out my YouTube channel and other offerings linked in the show notes. Have a beautiful evening or day or morning, and remember, you are always, always, always in flow.